Scorpio, thank you for tuning in to Perfectly Imperfect Tarot. This is Green Eyes here with your reading. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Martians, astronauts. Pick a node. It does not matter to me. I love you all. Cross watchers, I am a snitch. I'm telling you now. Please don't curse me in the comments. Love you too. Scorpio, this is a judgment-free zone, but you will hear the truth. There's no gender or age, only energy. You're going to hear me use terms he, she, her, him, they, them, it, heifer. Pay it no mind. Feel the energy. And remember, roles can always be reversed. Scorps, I thank you. Like, share, subscribe, emails, comments, love tokens, donations. Thank you, and I thank you again. All right, let's talk about your energy. Coming into your energy, my heart is so full. I'm so grateful. I'm just very full with gratitude, with humility. It's almost a touch bit much, I'm not going to lie, but it's gratefulness, which is a beautiful thing, you know. The fact that you're blessed and humble, you know, that you're just thankful and grateful, that you're given all glory, honor, and praise to the Most High. So absolutely beautiful. I want to put a period there because you would say, you know what, that's a good thing. It's not broke, don't fix it. Usually if it's not broke, I won't fix it. I won't try to. I would just keep going with the reading. But I have to also pick up, like I said, there's a touch of overflow in this energy, almost to a point that it's dangerous because it's impactful on your forward movement. So I want to bring this up. There is such a thing that, you know, you could be, you know, going through life. Let's say we have to learn how to kind of sometimes see people for who they are, right? Or see a situation for what it is. Not what we want it to be, but actually what it is. There's a period of growth there, right? There's also, I think, there's also a period of understanding of your blessings. I don't think that's kind of talked about enough, but I'm feeling it in your energy. I'm blessed in your energy, Scorp. I am so blessed. That's why you're so grateful. I feel like I can literally see the chains breaking. I'm experiencing things that my parents never have. And it's not a place of, like, I'm not boasting or anything. I'm realizing it, you know, and it's almost as like, I'm almost afraid. That's where I'm going with this. That concerns me, Scorp, because if you meet your blessing with fear, then you will still impose on yourself a lesson of understanding blessings. Just like we get lessons with understanding trials and tribulations, we will get a lesson on understanding blessings. You will get an understanding of your placement. If you're not in a space, in a place where you know you're a child of a Most High God, what you deserve, where you stand, what you're connected to, and you no longer have the need to kind of that fight or flight, or you don't have the need to advocate and defend like all the friggin' time. When you're just in a good space and it scares you, you can implement a lesson in that. That's what I don't want for you. I want you to allow this feeling to kind of flow through you. You know, if you're coming from a place of being hurt into a place of being full and blessed, yes, you're going to have some feelings. You know, you're going to have some emotions. They are going to be high, you know, because you're grateful, right? But you want that to flow through you. You don't want it to you don't want it to activate fear, kind of like it's too quiet, something's happening, or it's going too well, something must be wrong. You know, is this the quiet before the storm kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? So with that, we're pulling an oracle from the Sacred Rebel. Can I have Scorpio, please? Scorpio, please. Don't be afraid of success, Scorpio. You know, you're making it. It's what you ask God for. Oh, I don't do the floor, but I saw what that was. Yeah, and that's okay, because this is the meat and potatoes, see? Absolutely perfect. What fell on the floor was blessings, fruit, abundance, prosperity, just being this all over you, all over you. What's here, though, is what I was trying to touch on. It literally reads, what you want wants you. To come into that understanding is when you're trying to learn your new frequency in life. When you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency, you change your circumstances, you have to learn how to live in that new environment, right? And this is, I think, where it's almost like you feel like it's unfair. That it's almost unfair that I'm eating this food and I know somebody somewhere is hungry, to a point that you could pray for the person that's not eating, but the plate was still provided for you, and you should be able to eat it guilt-free unless you rob somebody to get it. Hello? You know what I'm saying? Coming into, it's, they talk about it on, I've seen a couple of shows. I've never watched the show. I've seen commercials. Let me say it like that, where it's like, what do you call it? Success remorse, or I've seen, advertisements. What do they call that? Success remorse or something like that. It's something that's not talked about. When you are pulled out from the barrel and selected and chosen and blessed and lifted up, you feel bad for who or what you left behind, or you feel bad just simply because someone else is not and is in the old position that you used to hold. You understand? And that sometimes is a struggle for us. It's an adjustment. I don't want to call it a struggle. Let's call it an adjustment. Scorp, remind yourself, I deserve this. I deserve this. I worked for this. I prayed for this. This was a part of the destiny. I have it because of the chains. Maybe even that was broken, like your parents worked hard so you could focus on your studies. So no, you're not supposed to have the same calluses on your fingers and bunions on your toes. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes, Scorp, see, this is where your loyalty, man, I'm telling you that I love that loyalty, but this is where you struggle, because it's sometimes hard for you to let go, because you tie so many things to the tie itself, to the tie that binds. When it's more than just mother, father, sister, brother. It's love, it's respect, it's admiration, it's godliness. Like, you tie so many things to the tie, so that when you are trying to be released or even set yourself free, you have to go step by step by step by step through some things and process it, so that you have almost like it's an agreement, and like you have to have an agreement in your spirit, So yes, you are humble and grateful, and also you're struggling. Also know with success, your frequency has shifted. So now it's time to dream bigger. And you almost feel, I feel it in my chest, Scorp. I almost want to cry, but I'm happy. That's how I feel in your energy. I almost want to cry, but I'm happy. I am joyful. I am so full right now. I feel like I just had a shout and my spirit is full, because I know the presence of the Most High is in me. I am overjoyed inside, but I also have goosebumps because I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know where I'm supposed to go with this. I don't know how to dream on this level. You understand what I'm saying? So you need big, bold vision. That's what you need. And this is something some people are born with it. Some people literally are born with huge dreams. And you ever talk to people and you'll say, man, I'm hungry. I can go for a hot dog. And they'll say, man, I want me a steak tartare with a escargot and you would be like, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people, like, I want a Nova, you know, and I want a Bentley. Matter of fact, I want two. And they'll tell you that dream. And you would just be like, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking like that. Yeah, let's get that. You know what I mean? Some people are born with it. That it's not about where they're born and what they have. Some people, it's just in them. And Scorp, I think you're reaching a season in your life where you're understanding that you have the capability to have big, bold vision so that you'll know how to attract it. You wanted to take it up a notch? Here it is. You wanted to raise that vibration, that frequency? Done. You wanted to start moving with other kind of people and doing other kind of things in other kind of places? Finito. You got it. You got it. You got the frequency. That's all you need. You got to feel it. When you know it's in you, operate from there. You set the tone and then let God be God. This right here is going to be the key. Have the vision, manifest it, see it, feel it, live it in your mind, and then faith behind it. Let God be God. That's all you need. This is going to do it. This is where you give your angels, you give your ancestors, you give them room and permission to go ahead and line it up. I'm ready. That's what you're doing. That's the alignment. Then you start moving against the grain of your current circumstances because you're moving towards what you've already envisioned. Look, Scorp, I love this. God darn, this is grown. This is spiritual growth right here. And we need to talk about this more. We really do, because I've shared like little things people don't understand. You know how to struggle, or you know how to do one thing one kind of way based on your circumstances or your experience, your culture, you know what I mean? And when you're trying to adjust to a new life, it's not as easy as you thought. It's like, wait a minute. I, to this day, struggle with wearing shoes. I know that sounds crazy, but I wear sneakers every day. Every day. And I live in Arizona. I own sandals. I have flip-flops, but I wear sneakers. I have to force myself to change, like, out of my sneakers, because I'm from Philly. You just had to be ready. It's in me. Little things like that, people they don't think nothing is tied to that. They don't understand that this is just what you know. It's automatic. It's part of your routine. It's part of your mindset. What if something happens? I need to be able to run. If you've ever had to run with shoes or flip-flops or something, you've been caught, you know not to get caught like that again, right? All right. Let me have Scorpio's core. Please and thank you. Wow. 6 of water reverse and the 2 of fire reverse. That emotional instability is affecting your movement. It is. I love you, Scorp, but I'm telling you, I am so full in your energy. Oh, I can just give a dance. If I was one of those dancers in church, I would do one of those boop, 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 boop. And if I was a tongue speaker, I would give you a shana nana nana boo bop. You know what I mean? But that's not my calling. That's not my gift. But I would give it to you. But you're going to self-sabotage this frequency. 7 of Swords is right here. 7 of Swords. You're going to deny yourself this spiritual growth. High Priestess is trying to come. Scorp, I love you. I wish I could have left it where it was when I came into your energy. I was just so overjoyed and humble and grateful, and I wanted to just start your reading on that, but it wasn't. I knew it wasn't done. That it was that extra water that was behind it I had to address, and that's what this is talking about. That extra water behind it is you don't want to don't deny yourself. Don't deny yourself based off of fear, or what you feel is unfair, maybe for your friends and family or something like that. You know, if you're worried about family, understand that when God fills your cup, the overflow falls into the blood. Oh, God darn, that went through me. Oh, that went through me. Scorpio, I don't even... Oh, thank you for your presence. Yeah, when the overflow goes into the bloodline, you understand? So they will be okay. Believe me, they will be okay. The overflow will go into the bloodline, but you're going to have to step it up a notch and get what God is trying to raise you up and giving you the frequency, but it has to be free will. That was one of our first gifts. You have to move on that frequency. What's crowning Scorpio's energy? What's hanging over their head for assistance? Please and thank you. The Page of Water. Now, this is it says the sun. This is the masculine of the Page of Cups, if this was traditional tarot. So basically, emotional control. You know, little emotional control. Emotional control over with new emotions. Don't freak out, you know. Don't let it overflow, overpower you. You know, the Father of Earth is here, King of Pentacles. You're coming into an extremely abundant frequency. God darn. There's liquid gold pouring out of this. God, you don't even. Oh, yes, Scorp. Yes, yes, yes. But it does come with, you're going to have to level it out. Six of Pentacles. You're going to have to get comfortable being comfortable. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. You're going to have to learn how to get comfortable being comfortable. Not in duress, not under stress, you know, not trying to survive, not worrying. What's working against Scorp right now? It came right back. Did you see that? Self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is, this also means something else. And I'm going to tell you in a second. But the frequency that's coming off of this is self-sabotage. Not allowing or facing a full situation. Not accepting a full situation, the fullness of it. Kind of trying to pick and choose. Like, oh, I don't need this whole plate of food. I'll be okay with just a cookie. You know, when God gave you a smorgasbord, you know, understand when you're being blessed, you're being blessed. And now if you don't know how to receive it, and that's okay, because receiving is not, it's not something that everybody knows how to do. It's not. I'm one of them. I'm still learning, and I'm trying to teach that. So we learning together, okay? But it is something that we're responsible to do, especially if you're going to operate in the frequency of abundance, connecting with the divine feminine, connecting with the divine masculine. Yes, blessings and prosperity come with that. But you can't complain about the ground, and then when God gets you off the ground, you're complaining about being too high. Ooh, message. I'm just saying. So, learning how to be happy independently, be joyful with you as a person, with yourself, you know, loving every part of you. You know what I mean? Looking at things like, in spite of it all, I know I am. In spite of it all, I know I have. In spite of it all, I know I can do. You know what I mean? Now, Seven of Swords also brings attention to people that do you dirty, you know, behind your back, and people that may steal, people that withhold information so that you don't progress, things like that. That also is represented in this energy. Your spiritual team right now is so close to you. I'm not worried about none of that at all. I really want you to kind of focus on you, on your part, okay? Past energy, Emperor. Grandfather energy, divine masculine. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if you had a brushing or understanding, or you've been gifted maybe from a divine, because I feel like I'm receiving from this Emperor energy. So you may have had Emperor bless you, and with frequency, you know. I know that sounds crazy, but see, I don't know where you are in your belief system. I believe God for all things. I think people sometimes don't know the gifts that they have, the power that they have. And I feel like this Emperor spoke over you. I feel like I'm receiving from this Emperor. I don't know how else to say that. I feel like this Emperor demanded your release, your prosperity, your abundance, your understanding, your growth, your wealth, your stability. I think it was, I just feel like it was commanded and demanded from this Emperor, your happiness, your joy. It could be a past loved one that freed you or said, now it's time, or it's just somebody that you ran into. Very few of you, I feel, tapped into this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying you can't, and we all can. I'm just going by what I'm feeling. You know, I read energy, and I feel like I'm receiving from this Emperor. I feel like it has just been commanded and demanded and proclaimed. Ooh, did you go to church or something? Somebody was speaking. Oh, it's on my crown. God darn. Yeah. Somebody spoke over you or prayed for you, and you are just in this a beautiful space. I can't mess with this. Yeah. Y'all gonna have me going through something in here. Ooh. Future energy. That was a powerful Emperor. And here we go. Future energy. I have the Empress. Yeah, stepping into that divine, because you have to learn how to, and she does it with a nice soft touch. There's the Mother of Water, Queen of Cups. That's you. Here's your internal conflict with that Five of Wands. But I told you, you have to learn how to settle down, make it plain. Make this your new resting place. Make it make the road steady. Help me with my words, Lord, please. Basically, be you. Be you. You know? Be you. Scorpio energy, Tower, chaos. That's what you are. You are every part of everything built and torn down. Death and rebirth. The transition and transformation itself is where you live. You came through the portal of Scorpio. That's what you represent. And yet this is what you're actually struggling with. Transition, transformation, edification, evolution, change. This should be your comfort zone, not a place that has some type of hold on you. You're the releaser. You set people free. You allow that transformation. We tap into your energy for growth so that we can change. This should be your comfort zone. This isn't where you hide in a corner. This is where you stand strong. You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to do that, it looks like this Emperor had to remind you of that in some way, by way of manifestation or some type of command. God darn it, Emperor. It's so sweet on my tongue, this energy. It is so sweet. But it's moving you into a space of the divine feminine so you can learn fertility, how to attract, know who you are, know what you attract, manifest, big, bold vision, which would be something the Empress has, because she simply knows. This is a birthright energy. It's not you marry and become a king or a queen. You can't marry and become an emperor or empress. You have to be born one. It's your birthright. But you coming into understanding that and then being comfortable with that, and now walking in that and understanding that this is my new normal, this is my new me, this is who I am, this is who I'm meant to be, and hold on to that. okay? Because you'll start to see things in a godly way, process with a godly mind, hangman energy. Put down these old burdens that you carry. You simply don't need to. And you can let God be God because you've already manifested this big, bold vision. So you call judgment and you simply vasp in the bliss of happiness, fulfillment, joy. You know, this is where you belong. Aligned. Lover's energy. Aligned. Power of attraction. Aligned. This is where you belong. This is you aligning either with who you really are, with your higher self, or with your destiny, you know, with maybe who belongs to you, who you belong to. Whatever it is, look, I'm here for it, Scorp. This was, look, Shamalama, mother loving ding dong. You hear me? It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful energy. Don't be afraid. And, don't be afraid to be blessed. You know, don't be afraid to be blessed. All right. Now, if any event you said, Green Eyes, I don't know what you're talking about. This is a crock of crap. This is not my life. I'm okay with that. Check your moon, check your rising. Don't take the energy if it's not yours. Leave it here for someone else. Okay. Thumbs up, subscribe. Make sure you're notified of future readings. It's free and it supports the channel. If any event you're looking for a personal appointment, I respond to email requests only. My email is perfectlyimperfecttarot@gmail.com. If you do like what you get here, if it helps you, feeds you, even if you're simply entertained, but you come looking for these videos, please sow where you come to eat. I eat off of what you sow, okay? A cup of coffee. Donation information is below the video. There's links for CashApp and PayPal for your convenience. I thank you in advance. Other than that, guys, remember we are all perfectly imperfect, and I'll talk to you next time.